Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Futuh Al Ghaib, The Revelations of the Unseen by Muhiyeddeen Abdul Qadir Al Gilani, Qaddasallahu Sirrahul Azeez. The 46th Discourse. He, may Allah be pleased with him, said, there is a saying of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, who reports it from his Lord that whosoever engages himself in my remembrance and has no time to ask anything from me, I give him better than what is given to those who ask for things. Whosoever engages himself in my remembrance and has no time to ask anything from me, I give him better than what is given to those who asks for things. And this is so because when Allah wishes to choose and select a believer for his own purposes, he makes him pass through various spiritual conditions and tries him with various kinds of struggles and calamities. So he makes him poor after affluence and compels him almost to the point of begging from people for his livelihood. At times, when all the various ways are closed for him, then saves him from begging for livelihood, but compels him almost to the point of borrowing from people. Then he saves from borrowing as well, but compels him to work for his livelihood and makes it easy for him. Then he lives by his earning, which is after the example of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But then he makes earning hard for him and commands him by revelations to beg from people, and this is a secret commandment which is known and recognized by the person concerned. And he makes this begging an act of devotion for him and makes it sinful to discard it, and this in order that his vanity may disappear thereby and his ego be smashed. And this is a state of spiritual exercise. And his begging is under divine compulsion and not by way of polytheism. Then he saves him from this and commands him to take to borrowing from people by an absolute commandment which it is not possible to escape from. Then he saves him from this and commands him to take to borrowing from people by an absolute commandment which it is not possible to escape from him, as was the case with the previous kind of begging. Then he changes him from this condition and severs him from people and makes his livelihood dependent on his asking it from him. So he asks each and everything that he needs from Allah, and he gives it to him and does not give anything if he keeps silent and refrain from praying for it. Then he changes him from this condition and severs him from people and makes his livelihood dependent on his asking from him. So he asks each and everything that he needs from Allah, and he gives it to him and does not give anything if he keeps silent and refrains from praying for it. Then he changes him from this state of asking by tongue to that of asking by the heart. So he asks from him everything that he needs by heart, and he gives him everything that he needs. So much so that if he asks by his tongue, he does not give it. So much so that if he asks from his tongue, he does not give it to him, or if he begs from people, they either do not give anything to him. Then he makes him disappear completely both from himself as well as from begging either in open or in secret. Then he rewards him with everything that puts right and reforms a man from among things that are eaten and drunk and worn and constitute other requirements of human life without his making an effort for it, or without even the thought of it crossing his mind. Then he befriends him And this is in accordance with the saying, surely my friend and guardian is Allah, who has revealed the book and he befriends the righteous people. Chapter 12, verse 196. And now the word received from Allah by the Holy Prophet ﷺ becomes demonstrated. In fact, namely, who has no time for asking anything, I give him more than what I have given to those who have asked. Who has no time for asking in the remembrance of Allah, I give him more than what I have given to those who have asked. And this is the state of merging in Allah and a state which belongs to the ordinary saints as well as Abdal. At this stage, he is given the power of creation and all that he needs come to exist by the permission of Allah, and to this effect there is a word of Allah in the book, O son of Adam, I am Allah, there is no God excepting me. I say to a thing be and it becomes to exist. Obey me so that if you say to a thing be, it likewise will come to exist. The 47th discourse. He, may Allah be pleased with him, said, an old man asked me in my dream, saying, what makes a servant of Allah near to Allah? I said, this process has a beginning and an end. So the beginning of it is piety and chastity, and its end is to be pleased with Allah and to surrender oneself to His way and to rely on Him entirely.